It's 26 days to the inauguration of Bola Ahmed Tinubu as the 16th president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, and Nigerians are counting down to the expected experience of a breath of fresh air. Thanks for joining us on the program. I am Nifemi Ogunto. You can follow us on all of our social media handles using the hashtag Inauguration Day. It's public holiday today in Rivers State, and no, it's not an extension of May Day. It's in honor of the president-elect Bola Tinubu's visit to inaugurate some projects under the administration of Governor Nyesom Wike. It's Asiwaju's first official visit to any state post-election, and it's happening in an opposition state that played a prominent role in the February 25th, 2023 presidential election.
I thank God today you have honored our invitation. You have fulfilled the promise you made to us that you are coming to commission this project. Your Excellency, I am proud. I'm going home fulfilled. I'm proud that my wife is proud that I did not disappoint her. I'm proud because my leader, our mentor, the man whom God used to bless all of us who are towering politicians today, Sir Dr. Peter Lee, I'm sure he's happy that his son did not embarrass him. I'm sure all our political leaders who are here, traditional rulers, you are happy we did not embarrass you.
Your Excellency, Governor Nyesom Wike, you are very dependable. It is an honor and privilege to be in your midst today. I am a very happy man. Nyesom, I say thank you for your contribution to my victory. I couldn't have done it without some structural support, as not describable in a flyover. In His Excellency, I see a man of principle. He took a principled stand that the presidency must return to South. And he has the courage to stand by his convictions, not minding whose ox is gone. He is indeed a man of great integrity. He did not choose to serve his own interests, not about him. Rather, the interests of the nation.
It's perhaps the first time we're hearing the president-elect acknowledging some structural support from Rivers State, what many would call an open secret, saying how some PDP governors worked for the APC in the last election. Let's talk to our correspondent in Port Harcourt, senior correspondent Uche Okoro is live for us from Rivers State capital. Uche, it's public holiday in Rivers as Governor Wike hosts the president-elect. What's been the highlight of today's event?
Oh, well, the highlight of this event is the presence of the president-elect in Port Harcourt to flag off the 12th flyover constructed by the Rivers State government. That was the highlight. His presence in Port Harcourt alone, the mere knowing that he had touched down at the Port Harcourt International Airport, arriving the city was enough a highlight, and you can imagine the mood when he eventually arrived at the venue of the inauguration. That was the highlight for most persons. And of course, when the president-elect began to speak, that was also another high point of the occasion, where he recognized the role played by Governor Nyesom Wike in what turned out to be his election success. I say that was that was one of the key high points of the event, because if anyone was in doubt before this time as to the role played by Governor Nyesom Wike in the APC's victory, I'm sure the comments of the president-elect himself would spade to any speculation whatsoever as to what Rivers State governor may have done or not done in securing victory for the APC. So that was indeed the high point of the event. Those were the key highlights of the event so far today.
The president-elect is also expected to be hosted at a state banquet this evening. What's the expectation for this event? Are both men expected to make public addresses like they did earlier today?
Definitely, we expect that to happen. We've had special dinners like this held for very important dignitaries who have come to Port Harcourt or come to Rivers State in the last 8 to 9 months to inaugurate different projects. So this is not strange. Some of us who know the way, have an idea of the way the government operates and the way its programs run. We saw this coming, and so we expect that more comments will be made. If you, for those who followed today's live broadcast on TVC News, you would recall that both men, I'm speaking of the president-elect now and Governor Nyesom Wike, both men were very careful not to delve too deep into politics. You president-elect started.
We may have lost connection with Uche Okoro, but we'll get back to him in the course of this conversation. You probably cannot take the politics completely out of today's commissioning, because it's perhaps what everyone wanted to hear, particularly at the point when the Rivers State governor was asking for, a refund of the money spent on some federal government projects, and the president-elect was very clear as to saying that that he doesn't owe him and that he may have to lobby for that. Uche is back. Uche, this is a 2-day event, and we've seen the commissioning of the 12th flyover in Rivers State in the past 4 years. What's the itinerary for tomorrow?
For tomorrow, we expect that. The president-elect to inaugurate the newly constructed magistrate court building, which already exists in the Rivers State Judiciary Complex along Azikiwe Road. We already have an existing magistrate court building, but the Rivers State government has thought it wise to build a standalone complex of them, thereby removing them from the existing Rivers State Judiciary Complex environment, giving them a more conducive, more spacious, and more modern facilities to work with. So tomorrow we expect that that project has been completed. We expect the president-elect to wrap up his 2-day official visit to Port Harcourt with the inauguration of that project. And after that, we expect that magistrate court sittings will begin to take place in the courtrooms that have been built in that particular compound, which is located directly opposite the Rivers State Police Command headquarters along Moscow Road in Port Harcourt. But for tonight, we expect that dinner to take place. It is scheduled to commence at 7 p.m. Today, and hopefully we expect something else we expect to happen is that both leaders may be perhaps freer to talk more politics than they did at the main event, which was the inauguration of the 12th flyover here in Port Harcourt. And
hopefully the Lagos State governor will be there. You recall the president-elect saying he will allow Governor Sanwo-Olu respond to the Rivers State government on some of the issues he has raised. Senior correspondent Uche Okoro, live for us in Port Harcourt. Good to see you. Well, we'll take a break now, and when we return, we'll be talking to Senator Olugbenga Obadara on the political implication of what appears to be inter-party relationship playing out in Rivers State. Stay with us. And President-elect Bola Tinubu is in Rivers State for a 2-day visit where he's expected to commission some what the Rivers State governor calls legacy project. I'm joined now by Senator Olugbenga Onolapo Obadara, who was selected senator for the Ogun Central constituency in April 2011 elections. He's a member of the All Progressives Congress. Thank you for joining us on the countdown. They say Asiwaju's ability to build bridges and strategic relationships in and outside his party was critical to his victory at the poll. His first official visit post-election is to an opposition state, and even a public holiday has been declared in his honor. How significant is this, and what does it say about the kind of president Nigeria is getting this time? Well, Senator,
Hello.
can you hear me? If you can.
I'm hearing you. Can you hear me too?
Yes, I can hear you. Please
Hello.
go ahead.
Yeah, we said it many times that Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu is one wonderful person that knows how best to cross bridges. Because Wike is in PDP and Asiwaju is in APC, doesn't make any difference. I can tell you that we are just seeing the wonderful work Asiwaju will do to the Federal Republic of Nigeria. You can see the kind of leadership Asiwaju is ready to provide for the country. And the same thing that we have been saying, that Asiwaju is a nationalist, a Pan-Africanist, who will take the interests of the Federal Republic of Nigeria in his heart and be able to deliver to every state of the Federal Republic. We have known this, we have preached this, and we thank God he has been elected. And everybody will see the new dynamism, the new orientation, and the new Nigeria that we have been praying for. Asiwaju is for the 774 wards of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, is for the 36 states of the Federal Republic and Abuja. And we know that the team is going to assemble will be so dynamic in the development of the Federal Republic of Nigeria.
Nigerians are counting on that, no doubt, Senator. At the commissioning today, we saw current and former governors, both from the APC and the PDP, in what appear a friendly gathering. In politics, they say there are no permanent friends or enemies, but how does this inter-party relationship actually impact positively on governance?
God bless you. When we talk, the time for campaign has gone. This is time to sit down for governance. This is time to reel out what he promised Nigerians. As you said, the presence of all past governors in all the parties shows something. This man has crossed the bridges. He has worked with almost all of them, and they believe in him. And for one thing, we believe that every Nigerian of good spirit will come together to rescue Nigeria. This is a renewed hope. The principal,
Senator Obadara is an APC chieftain who is joining us virtually. We're counting on, a working conversation in the course of this interview. But if you can hear me, Senator, we lost you for a bit. I'd like us to speak to the implication of what appears a complex inter-party relationship here. In Rivers State alone, the president-elect is well affiliated with some key 3 political stakeholders: the outgoing governor that he met with today, the candidate of his party in the last governorship election, and the candidate of the SDP. But they say the challenge with this type of complex political relationship is that it doesn't go down well with some. For instance, the APC in Rivers has dissociated itself from its visit, and they are saying that it's another of Governor Wike's plot, who has been painting a false perception of what they call the collapse of the APC structure in that state. Are you concerned about this position and its implication for your party?
Let me say this. As a dedicated APC member, and we know this is the time to come together. And this is for the Federal Republic of Nigeria, for the betterment of our nation. It has no personal thing. What matters most is Nigeria. Our party is just an instrument to get into office. But after the electioneering, we need to come together. We need to work together as one, because what matters most is the Federal Republic of Nigeria. And Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu have expressed this in many occasions, in his behavior, in his character, in his demeanor. And we know everybody should shoot his words. Now, when APC River State is talking, yes, but see what Magnus Abe did yesterday. By coming together as SDP. Now, I believe everybody should come together. And the implication of what you see today is what is really going to go around all the Federal Republic across the party lines, where everybody will go and work together with Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu. The man is ready. He's ready to work with every party. And as of now, let me even say this. The cases are in courts. And as the cases are in courts, we cannot say we leave governance. No. Everybody should come together, allow peace to reign, allow the court to take their courses, and while that one is going on, the governance continues.
You know, something interesting happened today, Senator Obadara, during the commissioning. Okay. Governor Wike had insinuated that the Asiwaju presidency would refund the projects the state had embarked on, some federal government projects. But in clear terms, the president-elect said no, and that he doesn't owe him, and that it wasn't a matter of indebtedness. He added that perhaps the state has to lobby him and have a proper sit-down if that is to happen. What does this say about the perception that an Asiwaju presidency is payback time for those who worked for him during the election?
Let me say this. Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu is in Rivers State today as a private citizen. He's not there as a president-elect. He's there today, not a president of Federal Republic of Nigeria. Asiwaju is in Rivers State, is in his personal capacity. And I believe every state of the Federation, they have right to request from the federal government whatever they have spent on behalf of the federal government. Due diligence will take place. And I believe by the time Asiwaju assumes office, there are procedures this one will take. Everybody will look at it. The processor concerned will look at it. The two governments will look at it, federal and the state, and they will say where possible, where authorization has been taken. And the due diligence after that, then that sort of refund will be made if truly there are approvals. This thing is not just I want to spend you have spent my money, pay me. And I believe Asiwaju being there, he gave the right answer. Not a matter of you owe me, I owe you, not be party.
All right.
It is for him to present his papers. It's for the concerned ministry to look at Ministry of Works. It's for the BPE to look at it, procurement agency. And they will see the approvals he has received. You cannot just go and spend money without the concurrences of the two federating units. I know after that, I'm sure the money will be paid if truly the federal government is really owing Rivers State.
Hold that thought for a minute, Senator. Let us just quickly hear from the president elect himself as to how he responded to the request from the Rivers State governor.
The 12th flyover and the demand you made for refund, I owe you nothing. It's your road. You can chuckle me and make a demand. You are the one living on this road. I commend your effort. You have to lobby me to collect.
Interesting submission there, Senator Obadara. The key word is, I owe you nothing. Now, whether or not that's a political statement, we perhaps will find out in a matter of days, Senator.
Yeah, you are right on that. I mean, he has said it as a statement. He does not owe him anything for now.
Did you say for now? While he's still
of course.
president-elect, and that the times will change when he becomes president?
Very good. When he becomes the president, and the facts are available within his reach as a president sitting,
But
and the two operating units, federal and state, are able to establish indebtedness, you can be sure the right thing will be done. I trust Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu.
what does this mean? What does this mean for those of you who have been within the APC for a while? You have been contesting election, I believe, since 2007, thereabout. I don't know how long you've been with the party. Is this type of inter-party relationship poses any form of threat to loyal party members like yourself?
Let me say this. I do not see any threat.
Senator Obadara, we probably will have to bring you to the studio subsequently so that we can have a more robust conversation in this regard. But we're counting down to May 29, where Asiwaju Bola Tinubu will be sworn in as the 16th president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Senator, if you are back, I just want to have your final thoughts and your submission on this matter.
Yeah. Thank you so much. Are you hearing me?
I can hear you clearly. Please go ahead. You have 1 minute.
Yes. Yeah, thank you so much. I know, as I said earlier, we work assiduously knowing who we're following. And I believe Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu's governance will be so much unprecedented. He's a man that is really grounded. He is a man that has really worked across the 236 states of the Federal Republic. This is a man that meant well for the implementation of his program. And I believe there's no threat for any good-hearted man on the cross bridges of Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu. We need one Nigeria. And I believe we have the spirit of one Nigeria for the greatness of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. And I know we are in for better days, and a great Nigeria is rising again. Thank you.
Nigerians indeed are counting on that. Senator Olugbenga Obadara, APC chieftain, thank you so much for talking to us on the countdown. Once a senator, two-time governor in Lagos, a political godfather who played a prominent role in the change of Baton in 2015 when the opposition won election in Nigeria for the first time since 1999. Now he's president-elect, and we'll be bringing you all the updates as regards his activities and the many developments ahead of Inauguration Day on May 29. That's our program tonight. Thanks for being a part of it. I'll be back at 7 p.m. with more stories. Stay with us.